What you are seeing behind me is Registan, the capital of the Timurid period. It was from here they started expeditions to conquer Central Asia and come back victorious to celebrate the expansion of their boundaries. This was the marketplace too, where royal proclamations were read out and public punishing of criminals held.
Amir Timur or Tamerlane was one of the most mighty emperors witnessed in the history of mankind. Born as a shepherd in the Transyoxania province of Uzbekistan, he distinguished his way to the throne of a magnanimous empire and rephrased his living time. With the support of a handful of daredevil companions, he started his expeditions and terrified the world for 3.5 decades on the tip of his sword. Turkey, Armenia, Georgia, India, China, Afghan, and Iran all had fallen to his empire by the time he passed away at the age of 67 in 1405. These visuals are taken from his capital city, Registan, in Samarkand. This place has been recognized as a World Heritage Site by UNESCO. The city of Samarkand has been an important abode on the Silk Road, carrying merchandise to Europe from China. It also has been a capital of art and culture during the Timurid period. The British Viceroy to India, Lord Curzon, recorded Registan as the noblest city square in those days. Bringing artisans and scholars from all over the world, Amir Timur made his city a fascinating destination with no parallels to it. Not alone in masjids, forts, and mausoleums, Timur gave emphasis to educational institutions as well. The style of Timurid buildings became an archetype of the later Islamic constructions in Turkey and India. But the world labeled Timur as a brutal and uncivilized emperor who does not have any royal blood and possessed no qualities that were usually attributed to kings. In Uzbekistan, it is a different story. To them, Amir Timur was the symbol of their pride, bravery, and civilization. Registan was a royal proclamation center, market, and a city square in the olden days. We can still see some remnants of the olden Chorsu Bazaar behind the Sherdor Madrasa. There had been a caravanserai too. All three madrasa, including the Sherdor, were constructed in different centuries that followed Timur. I could not just believe my eyes once I reached here. It reversed all my preconceptions. The city just reminded me of its past glory, and every nook and corner tells a magnificent story. Timur himself once invited the world to come and see his edifices to orient themselves. Perhaps he wished it was not for wars and bloodshed that his legacy has to be identified. The city he built may not be remaining in its shape today. Even the Registan, Timur's imaginary city, was completed during the days of Ulugh his grandson. The three big edifices in its courtyard are schools or madrasas as they are called in the local language. It was not alone Islamic theology, but astronomy, mathematics, and other sciences were taught here. Ulugh himself was an accomplished astronomer of his day. He has categorized stars even since Ptolemy, the 2nd century astronomer. One of these madrasa holds an exhibition that highlights the achievements of Ulugh. We can see here some pictures and models that Beg used in the 14th century. Apart from Madrasa Ulugh, the other two madrasas that frame Registan are Tilyakuri and Sherdor. Tilyakuri is the double domed building facing visitors that stands in the middle. Students were housed on the ground floor and their rooms were opened to a beautiful courtyard. There is a mosque inside Tilyakuri with extravagant kundal artworks in gold. For a long period of time, it stood as the Jama Masjid of Samarkand. In a slight difference from the other Timurid constructions, this building has its walls filled with ornamental tiles from top to bottom. The inner dome and pulpit are decorated with rich designs in Sulus calligraphy. These unique calligraphy paintings were damaged till a few decades ago, and it was the Soviet Union that replaced these golden works with the help of modern artists. Communist Russia took everyone by surprise when they carried out this project. Timur was cruel on the battlefields. He invaded India in 1398, leaving Delhi a land of the dead, not sparing even children. He never took cognizance of whether his opponent was Muslim, Christian, or Hindu. Delhi took more than 100 years to recover the plunder and loot. India was then ruled by Nasiruddin Tughlaq, who failed to stop Timur. It is estimated that Timur eliminated not less than 17 million people in his battles. But he was not alone in this holocaust. Genghis Khan exterminated nearly 60 million people in his operations. All wars, right from Alexander or Napoleon Bonaparte to the world wars, annihilated millions, though some of these mass killings were politically justified and the perpetrators were called greats. Emperor Ashoka killed more than 3 million in his Battle of Kalinga before becoming the Great. But Timur alone was tinted in red. Yes, he was inimitably cruel and had even fixed the number of heads for every soldier to decapitate. Amir Timur is laid to rest in Gur-e-Amir, literally the grave of the king, that stands at a walkable distance from Registan. There is an olden mosque and a family tomb in this enclosure in which some prominent members of his family are buried. The blue dome of the Gur-e-Amir is visible from a long distance. Made of onyx and Majolisia tiles, Timur, along with his sons Miraz Shah and Shahrukh, his grandson Ulugh Beg, and spiritual master Mir Sayyid Baraka, are entombed here.
Timur was the best military strategist who lived in his time. All the neighboring countries fell into his ferocious juggernaut.
Gur-e-Amir has a special story of a curse that has happened strikingly to its wording, as many people believe. Timur's grave was opened by a team of the USSR after Joseph Stalin, the then ruler of the USSR, ordered it to do so. Muhammad Qari Niazkov and Mikhailovich Gerasimov, who opened the grave, found a warning inside it that whoever disturbs my tomb will unleash an invader more terrible than I. It also read that when I woke up from my grave, the world would shake in fear. Stalin's motive was unclear whether the USSR wanted to inspect the body features of Timur or they wanted to use his relics to incite passion among the Muslim soldiers of the Red Army. Anyhow, the very second night after this tomb was opened, Adolf Hitler started Operation Barbarossa, the world's ever-large land offensive that killed no less than 500,000 and wounded more than double. Though it could be a coincidence, Joseph Stalin seems to have believed this curse. Yet, in another anecdote, Stalin asked to take his body relics in a plane that they flew on the war front of Stalingrad for a month until Russia won the battle. Scared of its supernatural power, as Stalin believed, he soon sent back the body to Uzbekistan and cremated it with full state honor and according to Islamic custom. It is also said that Russia chose to rebuild the Samarkand memorials after this chain of events. Stay with us to explore more of Uzbekistan and the world. Please log on to our channel to see the earlier episodes and subscribe to our channel Journey East to not miss